بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum. I am Zidan Hamid and welcome to Payare Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam ki Payari Batain. And I am connected with you from the platform of Geo Islam. So today's episode number 13 of Payare Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam ki Payari Batain, and we are discussing about the 40 hadith of Imam Nabi, which we have discussed in the first program, which are actually quite 40 hadith, but they are actually 42. And over the last 13 episodes, we have been talking about different topics about intention, about Islam, Iman, Ihsan, about Qadar, about the purification of the heart, about what are the types of Nasiha, about Bid'at, that what are the types of Bid'ah, and what is the core and the fundamentals and the pillars of Islam, and how this has been used as a metaphor that tells the big fundamentals of Islam. So, hope your Ramadan is going healthy, wealthy and wise, and welcome to this episode of Payare Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ki Payari Batain. So, today we're gonna discuss about hadith number 17 and 18 in Imam Nawawi's collection of 42 hadith. Now, this is narrated by Abi Ya'la Shaddad ibn Aus radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. عن أبي يعلى شداد بن عوس رضي الله تعالى عنه عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء، فإذا قتلتم فأحسنوا القتلة، وإذا ذبحتم فأحسنوا الذبح، وليهد أحدكم شفرته وَلْيُرِحْ ذَبِيحَتَهُ. رواه Muslim. And the next hadith is narrated by two people. عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وعن أبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله تعالى عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي وقال حديث حسن وفي بعض النسخ حسن صحيح. Now, if you see, these two hadiths which we are going to talk about today are very important, considered something which Islam emphasizes a lot, about ihsan and about taqwa. And if you know, we have talked about ihsan in the couple of episodes in the past, and we have learned that how ihsan to make some better deed even more better. And now we are also going, but that is, yes, over here I'm going to note something. One note is over here that is actually one part. That is one part of ihsan. Ihsan comprises of other things too, and inshallah today we will talk about them. Now let me translate this hadith for better understanding. It is narrated by Abi Ya'la Shaddad ibn Aus. He reported that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, indeed Allah has prescribed excellence upon everything. So when you kill in a good way. When you slaughter in a good way. And let every one of you sharpen his knife, and let the slaughtered animal die comfortably. This is narrated by Muslim. So if you see, the concept of ihsan is very broad. Now, first of all, as it's our tradition, that let's take a peek at the biography of the narrator, Abi Ya'la Shaddad ibn Aus radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Now, Abi Ya'la Shaddad ibn Aus, He was a very important Sahabi. He was a person who was very well respected at that time. And we know that at the time before his death, I mean, he went away to Syria and Damascus, and then after that he came back at the time when Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhu was reigning caliph. I mean, when the third caliph was ruling around. Now, what does it mean when we say Inna Allah kataba al-ihsanu ala kulli shay? Now, first of all, what is ihsan? Now, I've been talking about one part of ihsan, and most of my viewers around here, they might be thinking that ihsan is only that. Now, ihsan is not only making a better deed better. It has some other components too, and those are very important components. Now, the first component is, which of course, before leaving everything, is ikhlas. Now, you might remember that I talked about in the very first programs, I think it was the hadith of Jibreel, when we were talking about the 7 ridges which can help us enter Jannah. Now, in that, one ridge is this, which is called ikhlas. Now, sincerity. Should I just make it long story short? Here's the thing. If you have read hadith number 1 of Imam an-Nawawi's collection, إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى فمن كانت هجرته إلى الله ورسوله فهجرته إلى الله ورسوله ومن كانت هجرته لدنيا يصيبها أو امرأة ينكحها أو يتزوجها فهجرته إلى ما هاجر إليه. This means that I mean it's just saying the same thing which we are over here, component, the same component. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Indeed, deeds are with action. So, indeed, every deed we do, that is with action. So, I mean, we have all the 5 pillars of Islam. So, if we do all these things too, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is gonna be, I mean, gonna accept it as a good deed. That is gonna help us. This is gonna be sakulat mawazinuhu. In that good deeds which will help us on the day of judgment, one will be among them. This will be among them. So, that is, I mean, the thing. But if we are doing it for lidunya yusibuha, some, I mean, now there are 2 examples given over here which are very important. So, some worldly thing we might gain. For example, okay, some worldly thing, and one of the most, I mean, common of those are imrati and kihua. This also, I mean, this will be mentioned in almost every books. So, it also is yatazawwajuha. So, I mean that, or some woman he might marry. Fahijratuhu ila ma hajara ilayh. Then his hijrah, then his migration will be what he migrated for. Over here, that applies on all the other deeds which we do. That will apply, or good deeds will apply for what we do. And yes, the compulsory will also apply, the light will also apply. So, I mean, yes, in all 5 pillars, there has been different type of violations, and we have discussed that very importantly in program 1 and in very detail. Now, what is the meaning over here? فَإِذَا قَتَلْتُمْ فَأَحْسِنُوا الْقِتْلَةَ. Now, what does this mean? This can mean in times of war. Now, I mean, we have seen that what I mean, the components of war, not to kill anybody, and I mean, it has been very, I mean, emphasized in Islam. Islam is a very religion of peace, and it's telling that not to kill these people, not to kill any innocent thing, not even the plants, not even the plants. This goes over here in another part of Ihsan. That is, now if we see, first of all, before I get back to the components of Ihsan, we have only got a quarter of the part, we have only got one part of Ihsan. There are 3 parts of Ihsan, this is only one part. Now, if we see this in fighting, فَقَتَلْتُمْ فَأَحْسِنُوا الْقِتْلَةَ. What does this mean? Only attack the enemy. Only attack the enemy. Don't kill any innocent person. Don't go out of the way and get too bloodthirsty. Don't. Some innocent person, any innocent person, whether they are residents of the town or anybody else, we should, I mean, not kill them. We should keep them safe. We should not kill the elderly, not the children, not the people who are innocent, not the women who are innocent, not even the animals. Now, if we see, this is such a symbol of peace, and not even the plants. Forbidding from, I mean, killing a plant. And this is, I mean, looking how a peaceful religion is this, and what a peaceful matter. So this gives us one of the components in Ihsan, one of the examples which are given over here in ihsan. Now, dear respected viewers, we are gonna take a little breather, and after the breather, we are gonna come back and talk about the second component of ihsan,